On the mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond 106.1. Mike King here. We're coming to you live today from the Chesterfield Chamber Business Expo. A lot is going on here, as you can see behind me. There are a lot of great things. Mike King Biz Radio, ESPN Richmond 106.1, The Choice 105.3, which is 2 to 3 every day, as well as International Business Growth Radio, Saturdays 10 a.m. What we do is we go out and talk to the best and brightest. Today we're coming to you from the Chesterfield Chamber Business Expo. We'll have some great guests, and we'll be back shortly. On the mic with Mike, back with you. We're coming to you from the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce. As you could see, things are starting to fill up here. The Chesterfield Chamber is with us every other Wednesday, so it is Chamber Wednesdays. They are the sponsors of Chamber Wednesday. And there we talk about all the great things that the Chesterfield Chamber is doing. Shout out to Danielle Fitzhugh, the Chesterfield Chamber President and CEO. You have other folks who come in with us as well. So if you're doing business or would like to do business in Chesterfield, make sure you check out the Chesterfield Chamber. They're here with us every Wednesday. It is the Chamber Wednesday sponsored by the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce. Some of our friends are in the house here as well. So they're going to come on and talk to us about it. I see my man Rob White, Fastsigns, is in the house. Patrick McFadden, YB, Youngblood. A number of businesses are here. TAG is them. We see Third Marble, a number of great organizations. We're going to talk to as well an up-and-coming new realtor in the house. It's Hannah Campbell. She's going to be here talking to us. This is Pan down here. We see the chamber staff. So on the mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond 106.1 is where you find us every day, 5 to 7 a.m., the best business radio program in the area. Mike King. Here you can follow me on all social platforms, which is hashtag Mike King Biz, hashtag on the mic with Mike. Mike King, ESPN Richmond. We are here at the Chesterfield Chamber. We have Tina Shreve from the Chesterfield Economic Development. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All righty, so let us know exactly what you guys do and all the great things happening in Chesterfield.
So basically, economic development attracts new businesses to the county and helps the existing companies that are already here, that have already made the commitment to the community, prosper and expand here.
What are some of the biggest things now coming out of the pandemic that you see when you guys talk to businesses that are here already?
Workforce. How to get employees through the door and showing up to work and doing what they're supposed to do every day, basically.
So when we talk to the other economic development, shout out to Anthony Romanello, the good folks over at Henrico, Leonard Sledge in the city of Richmond, they talk about it's not competitive when it comes to the economic development. That a lot of times that there's a collaboration, but Chesterfield has some things that are unique to Chesterfield. Let's talk about all the things that make Chesterfield a great business environment.
Well, I probably have to say we do have one of the lowest machinery and tools tax. So if you look at Chesterfield County, you think of DuPont, you think of a lot of good manufacturers, a lot of big manufacturers, but most of our manufacturers are small to medium manufacturers. We like to say we have a little bit of a manufacturer niche. And Chesterfield has one of the highest manufacturing payrolls in all of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
You know, I guess that's something that you really don't know of or think about as far as from the manufacturing side. You think of the big corporations manufacturing, but you don't think of like the mom and pop, the small organizations.
There's manufacturers over the years that have come and been brand new from either the United Kingdom or Germany or somewhere and set up shop as a one-person show, and now they have 160 employees. That is the big success story, and that's why we go and do our marketing missions across, the big pond. We go and we try to get companies that aren't here to stay here because we need a diverse economy. And if you go back to the recession, we survived because we had a diverse economy. So that's very important.
There you go, Tina Shreve with Chesterfield Economic Development. How can folks find you out there?
Well, we're here tonight.
There you go.
Come out. There's still some time left to come out. We're number one table out there, so you can't miss us.
How'd you guys get? I understand.
Sponsor tonight.
That helps. So thank you. What does it mean to, there's a collaboration between economic development and the chamber. You guys work hand in hand.
Oh, yes, we do.
Talk about a little bit about that relationship.
Oh, goodness. Economic development is all about relationships. You never know who is going to be sitting next to you, who you're going to have a conversation like we are right now. You could be a person that's talking to somebody who wants to open a business and they kind of like the Richmond metropolitan area, but they don't know exactly where they want to be. We can bring them here and we can show all the highlights of Chesterfield County and why it's a good place to live, work, and play, because we have all of those aspects of a quality of life.
All righty. As folks say, Chesterfield is open for business.
It is. We are here.
All righty. What day, how can people find you one last time?
Also go to our website, chesterfieldbusiness.com.
All right, Tina Shreve here. We'd like to thank you for coming on. On the mic with Mike, the best business radio program around. We're here at the Chesterfield Chamber Business Expo. Thanks now. ESPN Richmond on the mic with Mike King Biz here. We're coming to you from the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce, the Business Expo. We're here with Jillian Knuckles, correct? Yes. And she is from our good friends over at Fastsigns. So people listen to the program here every day. Rob White talking about all the great things that Fastsigns does. Well, he said to me, I need to talk to Jillian. Jillian, welcome to the program. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, can you talk a little louder for me?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All righty. So I know you were thrilled to be doing the interview, coming to talk to us. What do you do at Fastsigns?
I am the director of key accounts.
Okay, and that is basically keeping people happy?
Yes, our company's biggest clients are our key accounts. I tend to just them.
So when we talked to Rob in the past, he always talked about, we know him as a company that does culture. How do you build culture in an organization to make people feel good about where they work at? And when people are not together, you guys have multiple locations. How do you make the good feeling go around to ensure a good company culture?
Well, one of the main values is love, passion, and respect. So you have to love what you do. And if you love what you do, then you love the people that you work with and you respect them. And one thing that we do at Fastsigns is we talk about that at least once a week, sometimes 2 and 3 times a week. And Rob has started this thing where every week we nominate a coworker for living those values and showing love, passion, and respect among the other values that he has for us. And that's just a great way for us to build morale and work together as a team and build each other up.
So when you came, what was the biggest change coming through COVID, pre-COVID, and to where we are these days as for the company?
I mean, probably the fact that our meetings are all on Zoom now.
That's true.
Yes. So we went from all being together in the same room to just being on the screen together.
Okay, and now you're on are you on the sales side?
Yes.
Okay, so sales folks, we like to get out. You're out there shaking hands, kissing babies, rubbing elbows, and then COVID happened.
Right.
How did that change the sales model for you guys? Because you guys do all types of signage.
Right. Well, it changed pretty drastically as far as our outreach went. We had to get kind of creative. The idea of just walking out of the store and walking into a business and introducing yourself was kind of frowned upon through the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, it was frowned upon.
So you had to get creative and start reaching out, phone, email, just, going other routes other than in person.
Okay. How can people find you out there?
Well, we're everywhere.
Okay. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Fastsigns.
Yep.
What type of jobs do you do? Okay, this is the sales pitch for Fastsigns. What type of work do you guys do?
Well, most people think we just do mainly small stuff like banners and yard signs, but we're here today with a big banner showing off a bunch of the big projects we've done. We do monument signs, vehicle wraps, channel letters, everything big to small we can handle.
Alrighty, so we'd like to thank Jillian and the good folks over at Fastsigns. They do great work, folks, and we always like to thank them because they sponsor the program. And I truly believe what they do. When I first met Rob, I was just like, it just was the feeling about culture. That's why I always ask a lot about culture. A lot of companies really don't get it. And it seems like that you guys get it. So thank you for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, I had a ball. And tell me, you've had a great time.
Yes, sir.
All right, on the mic with Mike. Jillian is here. We'd like to thank you for coming on. We'll be back. Thanks now. On the mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond 106.1. We are here coming to you from Chesterfield Chamber Business Expo. We got Scott Gunn from American Family Care. Scott, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Alrighty, so great turnout today. Let's talk about your involvement with the Chamber and tell us a little bit about American Family Care.
Absolutely. So we've been here in the Richmond market since 2016. We have one location on Midlothian Turnpike in Stonehenge in the Wegman Shopping Center. And then we also have one on the other side of the river at the entrance to Innsbruck.
Alrighty, so let's talk a little bit about the type of urgent care. You guys are new to the market, looking to expand. What makes you different than the other urgent care facilities?
Yeah, so we operate in a family environment. Our goal is to get people in and out and taken care of in an hour. We're open extended hours, including nights and weekends. We also have a online reservation appointment scheduling process to reserve your place in line. So we have very, very little wait times for the folks that do come in. And we always tell people, hopefully you don't need us, but if
When you do,
we're here for you, and we're there 7 days a week, nights and weekends, no appointment needed.
so what are some of the things that you provide that people wouldn't think that you provide? Because people think that they kind of know what you guys do. What are some of the things that you do that people would be shocked?
We tell people it's for non-life-threatening illnesses and injuries. A lot of people don't realize if they have a broken bone or they cut themselves, that just because that happens that you need to go to the emergency room in the hospital, and that's really not the case. All of our clinics have a on-site x-ray system, so we can diagnose any fractures or determine whether it's broken or possibly just strained or strain. We also have a procedure room, can do things like joint injections, foreign body removal, stitches, staples, and most of that stuff. You're going to have a much better experience. You're going to have a lower wait time, and it's going to be much more cost effective, whether it's a lower copay for those of you that have insurance, or we also have a very affordable 3-tier cash pricing system for those who don't have insurance.
Alrighty, so you guys have been in the market since 2016, rolling around 16, 17, 18, 19. Corona shows up. How did that change your business model?
So we've made several shifts after the COVID-19 pandemic started, like when most businesses experienced a drop off during the early stages of the lockdowns. We implemented some new things like telemedicine for those that may not have been comfortable coming in. We also have access to rapid molecular COVID testing that provides same-day results. So when the COVID testing really started picking up, we had the ability to help you determine whether or not you were positive or negative. And some of those tests also were combination tests. We're already seeing more flu this season, even already in October, whereas last year the flu was really non-existent. So this year we could be dealing with multiple illnesses, and we have the ability to properly diagnose what you have or what you may not have.
So the flu was not talked about. We didn't deal with the flu last year, and now the flu's back.
That is correct. Experts will tell you that one good thing that did come from COVID is people were more mindful about when they were experiencing sick symptoms even before COVID. Like if you didn't feel good, the best thing to do would be not go out and about and see, your family members or other people
With
if
the
you had a
nose
chance
running.
to get them sick.
My wife looks at my grandkids like with the side eye. Every time we see them, one starts coughing or sneezing, she's looking at them like, hey, I don't know about you.
Yeah, and the testing is going to be a key to that. Luckily, the cases are down from what they were at the end of the summer. Nobody can predict the future, but what we could know is continuing to practice safe things, where washing hands and being mindful of if you are feeling bad, just to make sure you're not out spreading things. And hopefully we'll get through this. But we just want people to know that we're there to help our community get through it.
Scott Gunn, he is with American Family Care. How can people find you out there?
Out there, we are available. Website afcurgentcare.com. You can find your closest location there, nearest to you. Also has all our major contact information, the types of services we provide, illnesses, injuries. You can check to see if we accept your insurance. And again, right at Innsbruck, Dominion Boulevard, the entrance to Innsbruck over in Short Pump, and then Stonehenge Village in the Wegman Shopping Center off of Midlothian Turnpike. Let us know what we can do to help you out.
All righty, we'd like to thank Scott for coming in on the Mike with Mike, the best business radio program around. You can follow me on social platforms, hashtag Mike King Biz, hashtag on the Mike with Mike. We bring the game changers to you. Today we're coming to you from the Chesterfield Chamber Expo. We'll talk to you soon. On the Mike with Mike, ESPN Richmond. We're coming to you today from the Chesterfield Chamber Business Expo. We got a good friend from Third Marble. They do great work with the chamber, with the Chesterfield Chamber. Danielle Fitzhugh says, I got to talk to the good folks over at Third Marble, and I'm a public servant, and that's what I'm doing. Welcome to the program.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so we have Chris and Lizzie. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about Third Marble, what you guys do.
Well, Third Marble Marketing provides Google services for small businesses around Chesterfield and the rest of the country. So we've got clients all over the USA. Primarily, we get small businesses on page 1 of Google. So Google pay-per-click ads and search engine optimization.
When the joke is always that if you want not to be seen, be on page 2.
Yeah, be on page 2 to never be found.
In the witness protection program.
That's right.
Basically. Let's talk about how important that is for small businesses. Because in the past, that was something that big businesses worried about. Now it's something that everybody can do. So Lizzie, what do you do at Third Marble?
I'm the business development manager, but everybody can compete on Google. It doesn't matter if you're a small business or a large business. Everyone is free and open to compete.
It's an equal playing field. Okay, so businesses are out there. Give one tip that a business owner needs to do if they're not doing it today to help their business. Besides contacting Third Marble.
Well,
That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
That's all you need
That's
to
it.
do.
Yeah.
One call does it all.
For the stubborn ones who are out there, what does that one guy need to
The
do?
first thing they need to do is set up their Google My Business page, and then give us a call so we can run some SEO and Google ads for them.
When people are talking about SEO, explain the importance of that. Like some people say that your website needs to work for you. And sometimes people don't get what that means.
So yeah, SEO is search engine optimization, and it's the kind of the art and the science of making adjustments to your website, adding content to your website that basically tells Google that you're the most relevant website on the internet for your particular service, say in your particular city or state. And Google reads that information, and Google's all about relevant results. So if you're the most relevant website on the internet for, say, plumber in Glen Allen, Virginia, then your website is far more likely to show up at the very top of page 1 of Google.
And let's talk about from a business standpoint, how important that is. What are people's tendencies when they're looking for a place to call?
Well, they go to Google usually. I mean, some people might still use Bing or the Yellow Pages. I wouldn't know about that. But
Really? I'm old, and I'm like, when was the last time I saw the Yellow Pages? That is a dinosaur. So what type of services can you guys help people with out there? Small business, medium-sized business. This is their 30-second sales pitch.
Well, if you have to be found and people are looking for you on Google, you've got to be on Google. That's the only way people are going to be able to find your business most of the time. And Third Marble gets you on page 1 of Google so you can get found.
So one of the I don't know if it's a trick, but you said I go to the chamber website, or I go looking for something. I go looking for a pair of shoes, and next thing you know, those pair of shoes is reminding me that I need to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Explain how that happens, and that's what you guys do.
Yeah, so those are called Google remarketing ads, and Google's display ads or image ads show up on about 85% of all the advertising on the internet. It's done through the Google Ads platform. And if you go to the chamber website, we've got a little code there that writes a cookie to your device. And then as you go back and surf the internet, say for the next 30 days, that cookie will tell a website like, say, CNN or, the Weather Channel or something like that you've been to the chamber website, and a chamber ad will appear. And then you can click on that ad and go right back to the chamber website.
And that's a very effective way.
Because it drives second-time visitors to our website.
Keeps people in your sales funnel.
Yeah.
It's not a once and It's not a once and done.
It keeps, yep. And if they come back and visit your website again, then you'll see even more ads.
Yep.
And it's a way to keep your brand in front of somebody.
Top of mind awareness. That's what it's all about. Any last thing you want to leave our listeners
I
with?
would say the most common ad would be the search ad, like pizza near me. That is going to be the most common type of ad you're going to see. And that actually has a couple of headlines and some content to it. That's what you see when you search for something in your area, or those ads. Those are search ads that pop up first.
Okay, and so a person can get those services from you. I'd like to thank you for coming on. One last time, how can people find you? There you go.
thirdmarblemarketing.com.
There you go. That's what it's all about. Go check out Third Marble. They're great partners with the chamber, and it's always good to see. It's great being part of the chamber. Danielle says the chamber is a place who knows a person, and clearly she knows you guys. The work that you do is excellent because every time I go to the chamber, next thing I'm looking at the chamber ads, and I'm looking at your work.
Look at third. Yep, there you
Thank
go.
you,
Third
Mike.
Marble. All right, appreciate
Appreciate
that. Now take care.
That's already.
On the mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond. We're here at the Chesterfield Chamber. We got a friend of the family back with us again, Hannah Campbell, Realtor extraordinaire. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's good to be back so soon.
So soon. Well, that's what happens when you're good. All righty, so you were on with us a couple weeks ago. What's happening out there and let people know how they can find you out there.
You can find me on social media at Hannah Campbell on Facebook. It's just my name, Hannah Campbell, and I also have a professional page. Hannah Campbell is my realtor, and it's the same thing on Instagram.
Hannah Campbell is my realtor. There you go. All righty. Let people know why they need to deal with Hannah Campbell to buy or sell their home.
Well, I'm in real estate because I wanted to be in a field that is both dynamic. I used to be a teacher, but also one where I can still impact people's lives. Home ownership is huge in just building a legacy, changing your life, and just really changing the trajectory of your finances, your life, and your legacy.
All right, Hannah Campbell is with us again. One of my clients, speak up just a little bit. There we go.
Scoot up. Let me scoot up.
All right, she's gonna scoot up here. We're doing radio. All righty. All right, so what's new and exciting for you? What's happening with the market? Still on fire?
Yeah, the market's still on fire. I think houses average day on the market is 7 days a week. So, but in this season right now, we're going into the winter months. It's probably going to slow down a little bit.
So people are not thinking about moving as much right now as we go into the winter season.
Typically not. There's always going to be people moving for whatever their circumstances are, but this is usually the slower season.
Alrighty, one last time, Hannah Campbell. One tip to sell my house even faster. Do I need the curb appeal? Do I need to have my house looking good?
Yes.
We've had that conversation before.
Uh-huh.
We've had, don't just think you can sell it. And the other thing you told me is don't be asking for stuff now. It is not the time to ask for concessions.
Yeah. If you're selling your house right now, well, it's fall, so the curb appeal is going to be a little bit harder with the leaves falling and all that stuff, but it's still important. Definitely depersonalized and, top-notch home.
Alrighty. And the real estate, the brokerage house that you're with, we always show them love.
Yes, River Fox Realty. Yep, right on Forest Hill Avenue.
All right, we'd like to thank Hannah Campbell for coming in. It's always great. She's a friend of the program. Make sure you check her out. You got anything else you want to leave us with?
No, that's it, Mike.
All right, good enough. Hannah Campbell's with us. Real estate royalty here on the mic with Mike. Hannah Campbell. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, folks, make sure you go check her out. She's doing some great work out there. On the mic with Mike, ESPN Rich. We're here at the Chesterfield Chamber. We're here with a friend of the program. You're back with the Lucy Core Foundation. Welcome.
Thank you. Tammy Shackelford, Executive Director of the Lucy Core Foundation.
You guys are doing some great work out there.
We sure try. We like to put the smile on a lot of seniors.
Okay, let people know about the Lucy Core Foundation.
So the foundation provides a free dental clinic for any senior that does not have oral health insurance.
Wow.
So if you are over the age of 65, live anywhere within the greater Richmond community, and do not have coverage for health care, for oral health care, please give us a call. Our phone number is 804-425-7512.
That's the Lucy Core Foundation. So it's two parts. It's the Lucy Core Foundation,
Yep.
And then it's the continuing care community.
That's right. So the continuing care retirement community was started way back almost 50 years ago, a little over the 50 years ago, by a woman named Miss Lucy Core. She really was a real person in Chesterfield County. She was responsible for providing care to low-income seniors. She came up with the idea of having a county-sponsored healthcare center for seniors. She petitioned the Board of Supervisors. She secured funding. And here we are today. And now we have a whole continuum of care. So the foundation not only supplies free oral health care to seniors, we also provide programs that benefit our residents.
And one last time, how can people find the Lucy Core Foundation out there?
Call the dental clinic at 804-425-7512 or visit us online at lucycorefoundation.org.
Always great when Tammy Shackelford comes in. Thank you for coming.
Thank
we'll talk
you,
to you soon.
Mike.
Thanks now. On the mic with Mike, we got Mark Bowen in the background. On the microphone, he is a true radio man. We're coming to you from the Chesterfield Chamber. Mike King sitting down with us now is Bo Brown. Bell, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So now you are just a man about, you're heavily involved in the chamber. I see you at RVA Fashion. Shout out to our boy, Jimmy from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
He's always, so I saw his mom and dad.
Yeah, absolutely. I love his parents.
I know, it was always great. Like I always tell him, you guys from Philly out there trying to make it happen, but he's really doing some really great things.
Yeah.
So talk about your involvement. We're here with the chamber today.
Oh, I'm on the board of directors of the chamber. I chaired the government affairs committee for 3 years. So a lot of my involvement it's involved in community kind of relations. I'm a budget guy, so I like to look through the numbers on the county's behalf and on the for the school board and be kind of a discerning community member that way, and just want to see what's best for Chesterfield County in a lot of ways.
So you guys, you're out there, you're a financial expert.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening new and exciting? Give us some information, say, on this whole the cryptocurrency. What should people do if they decide to try that? Give them some advice.
So crypto is an interesting thing. I've actually was exposed to the idea of crypto for the very first time at the end of 2013. I wished I had bought it when it was at $70 per token, in terms of Bitcoin, which was kind of the original tokenization of the blockchain technology. And the way I view it is the real value in the entire crypto space is actually in the blockchain technology that kind of is behind it. And it's basically coinage the tokens are it's basically the securitization of the blockchain technology itself. Which it gets really, really complicated, and I'm not even that deep into the coding and the side of things where these people are mining for Bitcoin or through the blockchain technology. I'm no expert in that, but I look at it as it's an alternative hedge to like gold was for many years, where a lot of people are concerned about the Federal Reserve printing a lot of money and creating inflation, and it's something. Inflation has been very topical in the business community recently. And so the popularity of things like Bitcoin, because there's scarcity in blockchain, it's kind of a modern version of what gold used to be when we were on a gold standard.
So when you see people out there selling it at, I'm not saying 7-Eleven, but the little store in the corner, should you be leery of that?
Well, there's things like Dogecoin and, that are, they're gimmicks, that don't really have true value behind them. Whereas, I look at something like Ethereum, which is more directly tied to the blockchain. And then you have like Lightning coins and things that are like they're one-off to things that are directly tied to the blockchain. So a lot of the like things like Lightning coins, they're not as scarce as what like Ethereum would be because it's truly the technology behind it that I see the value in. Like an area like I've been in real estate for a long time. I look at deeds in terms of ownership. I see blockchain being extremely good technology for handling the way that we do deeds of property going into the future. I just see that as a more modern existence of where we can kind of get rid of like title insurance, things like that that would really have an impact in more of a professional world, so.
It does, it's something. We're in a new world order now, and people out there. But what's tried and true is the power of the chamber. And what we're doing here today, we're at the Chamber Expo. A lot of great things are happening here. What's the value of a business getting involved with the Chesterfield Chamber?
Business is still, when it boils down to it, business is all about relationships. I don't care what business you're in, what industry you're in, how you try to go about doing business. Relationships are everything when it comes to business. That's not going to change, even with as technology changes. It might diminish some of what the interaction is, but still the value at a fundamental level, it's about the relationships. And when I walk into this building, I can't walk 10 feet without seeing somebody I know and knowing them and being able to connect them with somebody else that I know that, they might not have the same network that I do, but building those relationships are what brings positivity to your life, just as an individual, but it also brings potential for your business because you never know, who you meet next that could create a win-win scenario in the efforts that you're trying to both put towards your, individual businesses. So
there you go, Bo Brown, Chesterfield Chamber Board of Directors. Thanks for coming on the program.
hey, thank you so much
All right,
for
so
having me.
Jimmy
Good to
Bud,
see
tell
you
him I
again.
said hello.
Absolutely.
All right,
I was just texting with him.
All right,
so
appreciate it. Thanks. Now take care.
take it easy.
On the mic with Mike King, Danielle Fitzhugh. We're here at the world famous Chesterfield Chamber. This is the Business Expo. Great turnout today. Danielle, thank you for having us.
No, thank you for being here, Mike.
All righty, so let's talk about this right here. The venue is great. You guys are partnering with them. Let's talk where we are right now and some of the great business. We got to show love to your.
So we're at Richmond Volleyball Club, which also houses the Chesterfield Stonebridge Recreation Center here in Stonebridge Shopping Center at Midlothian and Chippenham. I want to thank all of our sponsors for today, especially Chesterfield County Economic Development, Third Marble, TAG, VA, Lucy Core Foundation, Keith Fabry, and others. The vendors have been great. So much about these events, especially in a time where people have not been getting together, is the opportunity for businesses to do business-to-business networking. And so this really gets them an opportunity to take time to network with each other as a business and see those kind of synergy relationships they can have with each other.
You guys know how to pull it off. You've been doing it in person, how to do it safely, how to keep people safe and do it in an effective way. Some of the vendors who are here, they're doing an outstanding job. They talked about they had a great turnout. What's new and exciting coming up with the chamber?
Yeah, so getting ready for December is going to be our State of the County. We have hosted that every year the last several years. Dr. Casey, our county administrator, will give us the highlights from the past 12 months and a preview on what's to come in the next 12 months. That's going to be December 8th at the Doubletree. And then, of course, we're going to have an economic forecast update next week, November 10th, at Meadowbrook Country Club. And we're going to have some economists from the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond will be there to see what's really going on in the market, what we can anticipate, and truly what the numbers are.
On the mic with Mike Daniel is here. We'd like to thank you guys for having us, as well as being a sponsor for Chamber Wednesdays. They always bring great information, great guests. I would like to thank you guys for being here. On the mic with Mike Daniel Fitzhugh. We'll talk to you soon, and we're out. Thanks, now. Take care.
Thank you.